Good morning. My name is Richard Candia, and welcome to the South Dade Shoutout. This is brought to you by the South Dade Chamber of Commerce, and each week we introduce you to members of our business community who help make South Dade the place to live, work, play, pray, and thrive. Again, my name is Richard Candia. I work with Florida Lamarck. We're a GC company in Miami-Dade County. And this week, we're going to talk to you about wellness. We're going to talk to you about the choices that are available, why it's not only okay, but it's important for you to not only look great, but to feel your best. And for that, our guest today is Mr. Rocky Barat. He is the co-founder of the Reset Lab that's located at 9700 South Dixie Highway. Good morning, Rocky.
Richard, thank you for having me.
No, thank you for being here. And I've learned a lot already just in our early conversations. Mm-hmm. I've learned about some of the options that you offer us. But let's go back. Tell me about your background. Why Rocky? And how did you come about to help co-found this wellness spa?
So a little bit about me is I am a veteran, United States Coast Guards. Mm-hmm. I am a firefighter, and I'm also an entrepreneur. I love the health and wellness field, so that's what brought me into bringing Reset Lab into fruition.
You know, part of wellness is rest. There's not a lot of rest in between all the things you're doing. Okay,
We're working on it.
So I meant to trigger you. I said wellness spa.
So to me, I don't like the word spa.
Okay.
Right? Spa for me, and not to insult anybody's industry, I feel like that's doing your nails, potentially getting your hair done. I like more of like the aesthetic and wellness clinic because that's what we look. We try to make you feel better from the inside out.
Mm-hmm. And why the Reset Lab? Give me the background behind the name of the Reset Lab.
So Reset Lab was founded by two firefighters and a nurse practitioner. Mm-hmm. The nurse practitioner goes by the name of Nikki Costa, and she's been in oncology for over 18 years. Rodolfo Perez and myself are both firefighters. And basically, we believe that everybody should be able to reset. You know, we live a very busy, loud, and exhausting life in here in Miami, and Reset Lab's here for you to be able to feel better from the inside out with people you trust.
Not only pamper yourself, but actually begin a journey of being better, feeling better.
Absolutely.
We talked a lot earlier about the process of aging. You can't stop it, but you can help modify it, or I don't want to use the wrong words.
So for me, we have a little different take. You'll hear a word that they say anti-aging, and I think it's something that, you know, we do provide, and it is in our product statements at times. But here at the Reset Lab, we want everybody to age gracefully. There's no way of stopping the aging process. But what we want to do is we want you to be the best that you can be at the age and at the time you are in the phase of your life.
Got it. Wellness is a large word. There's a lot of services, a lot of activities that fall under wellness. Mm-hmm. You also offer aesthetic services.
Absolutely.
So what makes the Reset Lab unique?
So our unique approach is we go from the inside out, and we cater specifically to each of our clients' needs. Sometimes that may be something that's aesthetically, could be Botox, fillers, things that you may need or feel that you need corrected. Mm-hmm. As well as for us would be on the inside, we also provide IV therapy and peptide therapy. And we also have some anti-aging compounds like NAD, which help with DNA repair. And these are all different types of services that we provide to our clients, and we cater and customize for what their outcomes are.
Helping them move at their own pace.
Absolutely.
Why is that individualized approach so important?
Because for us, there's no cookie cutter treatment. Mm-hmm. Each person's different. Each person has unique needs and goals for themselves. And some are gentlemen who don't really care so much for the aesthetics and care more about the well-being. They want to wake up with the energy that they had when they were in their 30s and 40s. They want to be able to get through the day and not be exhausted by 8 o'clock. So we help cultivate that lifestyle that they're seeking.
Well, I just thought of something. Can these services also help you sleep better?
Absolutely. There are certain peptides that help with your sleeping patterns.
Okay, so for the audience out there, and for me, yesterday when we were speaking, what is a peptide? You've mentioned that a couple times already.
So a peptide is a small amino chain that helps with, and just to make it in simple terms, helps with different processes to activate within your system. They already naturally exist.
So there's different peptides for different types of things that I want to take care of, address.
Absolutely. And there's one specifically right now that's out there, the GLP ones, which help with appetite suppression and have helped a tremendous amount of the population lose weight and keep the weight
so those
off.
Shots for insulin or whatever, that's a type of peptide.
It's a peptide itself.
Okay. Can I... Is this close to being self-medicated, or do I come to you along with having conversations with my primary physician?
So everybody has a unique take. You'll never be self-medicating, especially at the Reset Lab. We have our own staff. Our medical director is Dr. Ramiro Perez, a board-certified plastic surgeon, as well as one of our main primary providers. We have Nikki Costa, we have Taylor Thomas, and Andrew Pareda. They're both more than qualified to take you through this journey and have the appropriate treatments. So we like to elevate the brand by saying that it's a designer treatment. We design your process, your treatments to specifically what's going to get you to your goals.
We were going to do this later, but why don't you, let's take a little break and mention some of the specials that you're offering.
Absolutely. So for till December, we are going to be offering free weight loss consultations and a undisclosed discounted price on all our GLP-1s.
GLP is?
For weight loss. It's one of our primary products.
Peptides, that's right. Okay.
Absolutely.
All right. Writing that down. But so there's a, sometimes becomes an obsession. Like you see yourself in one way and people around you look at you at another way. So there's the aesthetic. Then there's also the health side about losing weight. In part of this consultation, will you help us address that difference? In other words, I might feel like I look okay, but maybe the ratio is off, and you should really be focusing on whatever.
Well, our biggest thing is when you come to us, we deep dive. So we'll put you on our body composition analysis system that'll look over everything from bone density to the amount of body fat in your system, and we track that month to month. So we make sure that we have measurable data and not just the way you look or your regular scale that tells you if you lost a pound or two.
Right.
Our biggest thing is we want to identify, is your muscle mass going up? Is your body fat going down? And what type of fat is leaving your system? Is it visceral fat, which is the bad fat? And that's the one that we want to target. So specifically, not only the way you look, you feel, but measurable data that shows you that you are reaching that goal that you're expecting.
I want to lose visceral fat and still eat my wife's rabo encendido.
We can do that.
We can do that, okay.
You just can't eat as much as you used to.
How do you know? Okay. Going back on that focus of looking good then, what's the challenge of bringing together the concept of looking good and feeling good?
So, like art, it's in the eye of the beholder.
Okay.
Right? What your expectations of what looking good is and where you're getting that measurement from. Honestly, my biggest thing is we're here to make you feel well and be confident. Because looking good to me is a subjective statement. So if you can come to me, and if losing weight is your goal for your health purposes, as well as it makes it something that aesthetically pleases you, then that's the bonus for me. Honestly, my biggest goal is longevity. We want you to live a very active and fulfilling life. And if losing weight is that aspect that's holding you back from being to do that, absolutely. And then aesthetics wise, if it's something from your age range, you may not want to have the wrinkles any longer, we can help you with that as well. Sometimes when we get older, especially in our hands, we'll lose a little bit of fatty tissue, and we can help with filling that with different types of products so that it doesn't look that you're of that age at that time.
Of everything that you've done so far related to the Reset Lab, what is the one or two things that makes you most proud?
My favorite are the results we get our clients.
Yeah.
When they come, not only are they patients, but they're clients, but they come to us for a solution. And sometimes when they come with a question thinking they have the right answer, my providers are able to steer them in the right direction. And sometimes that may not always be the Reset Lab. It may not always be a service that we offer, and we're always going to be transparent with our clients and let them know that there may be a better avenue for that treatment or that desired result. And sometimes that may be surgery. And I'm okay with that, because at the end of the day, base my business on doing good business by providing quality service and advice to our clients. And with that said, our biggest goal is to help everyone that walks through our door to achieve the outcomes and goals that they have set for themselves when they meet with us during the consultation.
And then you've said it earlier in our conversation, it's not an act, it's a journey.
Absolutely.
And so if you can give somebody great advice, maybe they won't use you for that one service, but they'll come back because it's the journey. Absolutely. And I want to go with somebody I trust.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Aging gracefully, and I've kind of struggled with that. I don't know why. I've always felt that aging it was so far away. It was so far down the road.
Yeah, we're all still 18.
And then we're there. Regs, we're all still 18.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to show my age. I'm going to give you a quote that's from David Bowie. And of course, only somebody my age would quote David Bowie. Aging is an extraordinary process where you become the person you always should have been.
Absolutely.
What do you think about that? I like the idea of how.
I think, right, when we're young, we want to be old. But when we're old, we want to be young.
That's a quote.
Right?
Rocky Barat.
So if you think about it, yeah, we want to grow up. We want to have the car. We want to drive. We want to have the career. We want to have the family. Mm-hmm. We want to have the community. And then when we get to it, well, we're tired. Yeah. We want to lay down in bed.
Right.
The kids, grandkids show up and you're like, I'm going to make it through this day. Right? And then when you were 18, you were unstoppable. You had the 24, 48-hour shifts and you made it happen, and it never hurt, because that third day you were ready to take off and take charge of the day. Mm-hmm. So what we do is fill in those gaps by doing diagnostics that standard practices may not do or may overlook. And those could be hormones. Those could be deficiencies in certain vitamins, right? As we age, there are certain compounds and molecules that we stop producing in our bodies, like NAD. And basically, those are what help us, sort of, I guess, slow down the speed of the biological clock, right?
The science behind that is changing every day, though.
Absolutely.
And you guys are on top of that.
Absolutely. And there's actually a gentleman who headed this whole movement by the name of Dr. Sinclair. Mm-hmm. He actually did the practice of NMN and Revisorol on mice. And he saw that he was able to reverse their biological clock through, controlled testing. And this is massive for us, because it's always been, we can make you look great on the outside, but you still feel your age on the inside. And our goal is to do both now.
Okay.
We want to make you feel great at 60, 70, 80 years of age. And one statement you made in one of our previous conversations was, well, we don't look like our parents when they were our age.
We don't. And I was going to thank you for gracefully going into that. We're doing that because we as a community, we as a whole, mm-hmm. as a generation, have done something way different that was done previously. And that is?
Well, my key function and my hypothesis, right, is hydration.
Hydration. It blew my mind. And you're right. Remember when we were kids, mm-hmm. Practicing, I played soccer and rugby, but football mm-hmm. practice or whatever, they would say, don't drink. Water's going to cramp you up. Here, have a salt tablet. Remember that?
Absolutely. And then they pivoted and put Gatorade.
Everything but water.
Absolutely.
And now we're drinking water all day, and you think that's helped.
I think there's a lot of education that's come out in hydration, its importance, the taboo of IV therapy being only for hospitals,
or for high-end athletes.
For high-end athletes as well. So I think that's what's happening. A lot of the practices that are done with high-end athletes are now reaching, the regular residents of our community. And
so, how has the South Dade community responded to your
amazing?
Yeah,
we've been in South Dade for about 3 years now.
Okay,
and we've only grown.
It just, you saying that makes the argument for me that we're always telling the rest of Dade County, we're telling visitors from the outside, hey, South Dade, we have everything. We have places to go. We have places to eat. Now we have health and wellness clinics that will give you that high-end type of treatment that you think you could only get in the urban center. So thank you for adding to our menu of things, menu of services.
Thank you.
Yeah. So tell me one more time, give us the rundown of the specials that you're offering until the end of December.
So we're going to be running a undisclosed pricing, but there is a special and a reduced pricing for our GLP-1 services and weight loss programming at the Reset Lab until the end of, I believe, October. And basically, if they DM us on Instagram at your Reset Lab, or they can call or text our number, they'll disclose the pricing to them then.
Got it. I think initially I'm not your target because it's a service that I just would never have considered. Why would I go? What would I do? But then we've been talking and I've kind of been looking at the things. So let's say one of the services that I'm interested in, that I would be curious about, is the lab work. It's not what my doctor's office will do. It's much more extensive and it's going to be much more detailed and potentially give me more information.
Absolutely.
Is that the entryway to then investigating other services within the lab?
Depends on treatment and your goal. So when we sit down with you, if you tell me, hey, I'm feeling a little bit bloated, I can't lose weight, sometimes we'll look at your eating patterns. We'll see what you eat, what your diet
reading my
looks
diary?
like. Exactly. Yeah, absolutely. You left it open. But with that said, basically we're going to look at what you're going to tell us, your side of the story. And like everybody says, there's always two sides to the story, right? And somewhere in between there's the truth. So with that said, our biggest goal is to find out exactly that. So sometimes it may be we do the blood work and you can jump on a GLP-1 treatment, or it might be as simple as you may be dehydrated, because dehydration also does cause swelling. So it's your body trying to swell up and absorb as much water as it can to retain, right?
Okay.
So our biggest thing is, it could also be a food allergy, right? As we grow, we become allergic to certain things. I used to be able to eat a lot of cheese and now, I'm heartbroken. So with that said, we do have two different types of tests, because there's your standard allergy test. What are you allergic to? Are you going to get a bee sting? Are you going to have an allergic reaction? And then we have a food sensitivity test, which basically looks at what you're eating right now and what could be causing an internal allergic reaction.
And that's all part of the lab.
Each is unique to what you desire, right?
Oh, okay.
So you may come in and tell me you want to do weight loss. You might want to hydrate. Your energy levels may be low. So there's different types of protocols and treatments that we do for each of those type of goals.
Your clientele, your patients, do they tend to go in just for one service, or is it something that they come and stay and become more of a relationship? We've
been very blessed. Majority of our clients will come in for one service, and then a majority of the time they leave either interested in another service or going all in, and our biggest thing is we want you not only to look at us as a place of health and wellness and a place where you can relax, but someone that you can trust to be honest with you in regards to treatments and options, right? Our biggest goal is for you to feel your best and be at your best at that phase of life.
I hope this isn't a wild pitch here, but then is the target age around people my age, like in the 40s to whatever?
Honestly,
is that when we start getting curious about that?
Aesthetics wise, they're starting younger, right? And it's just been a little bit of research with the neurotoxin aspect of, well, if you start a little earlier, it's going to be a little less towards the end of, your phases, right? As for peptides and IV hydration, I feel like it depends on where you're at in your life and who you are at your life, right? It could be, if you're an athlete, I have athletes that come in at the age of 16, 17, 18 because of the amount of sports or the certain sports that they play. Yeah. We also have Ironmen that come to us to pre-hydrate before an event.
It helps in the recuperation.
Well, it helps with prehydration for the system, as well as different types of vitamins and minerals that we put in them to help them prevent cramping.
Not that I run marathons or anything, but I have friends that do. They, before a race, like a week before a race, they start pounding the water. They drink a lot of water a week before. So this would help in that process if they were trying to hit some sort of personal goal or whatever.
Absolutely.
What about the person my age who has decided to become more active? I was active as a youth, not me. Active as a youth, I was. It becomes a vanity thing, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Active as a youth, and then life hits and kids, whatever. And then you become a little bit more sedentary.
Absolutely.
And then as you have a little bit more time, you become, okay, let me hit it again.
Or you pick up a hobby, you like pickleball.
No, we don't do that. but that's also somebody that should come and talk about
hydration. Absolutely. And like I said, we have the compound NAD, and it's something that, we tend to stop producing between the ages of 35 to 40. And NAD is essential in the development and process of NMN, which is a molecule that helps with DNA repair, and in the process of DNA repair and powering your cells and repairing your cells. And that's something that we're very big on, right? We want to make sure that whatever ceases to, be produced in your body, maybe D3 or vitamin B12, we're there to catch it before it becomes an issue.
Interesting. We touched on it earlier, but the education part is so important.
Absolutely.
Knowing understanding why I'm doing this or why I'm feeling this way.
Absolutely. So our biggest thing is we don't do the matrix, the green or red pill. This is why you're doing this process. This is why you're taking this treatment, because at the end of the day, you want to make sure that the client is confident in the treatment that they're taking.
Yeah.
They're not just taking a pill to take a pill and see if they feel better or not.
These types of services do they have to come on a regular basis? Do you schedule them, or is it only when they're feeling it, or it just depends?
So if you're on a regular treatment with us, you do meet with us once a month. You do come into the office. We meet with you. We set your goals, and then from there we monitor it, however long that may be. And basically we go to a month to month. You do get checked in with our staff remotely as well. They check in on you. They make sure how you're feeling and things of that nature, because at the end of the day, our biggest thing is to make sure you go through this journey exactly how it's supposed to be.
Got it.
Sometimes, like it happens to us with our regular medications, it is either too weak or too strong, and we need to get the right dose to get the right end result.
Okay. Once more, would you please share with our listeners where they can find you, the address and the website and the Instagram?
So we're located at 9700 South Dixie Highway, Suite 650. It's the Eastern National Bank building.
Okay.
And our website is theresetlab.co. That's .co. And our Instagram is at Your Reset Lab.
At Your Reset Lab. There, they'll be able to find the information on the specials that you have up to December. If anything, I hope our listening public has learned about the importance of hydration. It is the basis of everything.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, your skin, my wife is beautiful, but was the typical person our age. It was her thing was Coca-Cola. And she's weaned off that and has started drinking more water. And it's made a difference. It's made a difference, 100%. She feels better and everything. I want to thank you, Rocky. Thank you very much for joining us.
Me, Richard.
And if I could have a point of privilege, I want to, Enzone, if you would please put up the South Dade Chamber of Commerce has a new website, southdadechamber.org. And on it, you'll see all of our events. You'll see all the members of the board. You'll see the history. You'll see how to become a member. You'll see the list of trustees. And I think some of your colleagues are trustees with their companies there. So I would, and our staff, Carlos and Mark, and I just urge you to please check out the website, southdadechamber.org. And consider joining us. We'd love to have you. Thank you once again. My name is Richard Candia. This was the South Dade Shoutout. We look forward to seeing you next week.